This is our Forex blog video for July 22nd, 2016, and I just want to showcase how our trading system did this week. Not quite as good as some of the other weeks as far as winning percentage and number of pips, but you know, some days are better than others. On Friday, did 261 pips. The wins averaged 15.4 pips. Usually the average is somewhere between 18 and 25, so a lower volatility day. But the average loss was small, around 6. In the past, it tends to average around 8. Thursday, tons of trades, 479 pips. Lots of losers that day, unfortunately, but they only averaged 7.8 pips. And also lots of wins, a couple huge wins, and they averaged 21 pips. So even though it's slightly less than 50% winning, the wins were 3 times bigger than the losses. Wednesday, 179 pips. Also, just tons of extreme volatility, up down stuff, which tends to be days where we have lots of losses. The losses are only 7.5 pips, though. More losses than wins that day, and the wins were only 15 pips. So again, a little bit less than average. Tuesday, lots of trades, 160 pips. As you can see, a ton of losers. Some of these I fixed later in the week, by the way, but at this particular day they weren't fixed. Only 7 pips average loss, and the wins, a lot of wins, but no super huge ones. The wins are only 10 pips on average, so very low average winning day compared to the past, which again usually averages around 18 to 25 pips. And then here's Sunday, Monday, 246 pips. Again, a lot more losers than most days. 29 losers, 8 pips on average, and the wins, smaller number of wins, but they're luckily 20 pips. So again, very tough week. And Friday was a very low volatility, pretty much non-trending day in most currencies. Here's the CAD yen. You can see pretty much a break even. Earlier in the day, it made about 35 pips, 10 pips here. Previous day, you see small loss, 12 pips, loss. As you can see from the stats over there, there were just unfortunately a lot of losers this week compared to most weeks. Friday, the euro dollar, small loss, preceded by a huge win. You know, pretty much kind of a dead, low volatility market before that. Thursday, loss, win, loss. And again, some of these trades I have fixed, so hopefully they in the future won't have as many losing trades. Here in the New Zealand dollar, loss, nice 20 pip win before it, nice 30 pip win before that. And this is a double bottom trade, by the way, which is one of the few favorite trades I look to put in there, plus Fibonacci profit targets. See a nice small win there and a win there. The Australian dollar did really well, a 30 pip win here. Previously another 25-30 pip win. Previous day, you know, 10 pip win, 10 pip loss, 10 pip win, pretty much break even. You know, this week is not quite as good as some of the other weeks. You can see about a 20 pip win here, 5 pip win. Previous day, you know, 5 pip loss, 10 pip win, 15 pip win. Pound yen. Luckily, during this chop phase, there wasn't a whole lot of trades. Could have lost a lot. A lot of my patterns have been fixed over the last 2 years to not trade during up, down, ugly looking charts like this. So you can see small win right here, or break even, small loss, huge 40 pip win, and earlier in the day, already 10 pip loss right there. Small win, small win, 5 pip loss. You know, oftentimes the pound yen is one of the harder currencies to have high winning percentages in, but it's pretty accurate and not too many losses in a row, which on bad days tends to happen in the pound yen a lot. Small loss right here, small win, And then we had the pound on Friday. Small win, small loss. Previous day, small loss, small win, small wins. Break even or 5 pip loss. Small win. And you can see it's a lot of ugly looking charts. Trading's been a lot tougher for short-term trading in the last 2 weeks after the Brexit vote. The week of the Brexit vote, the system did outstanding with very high win percentage, tons of pips, and very big wins in tiny losses. But since then, I think the whole world doesn't know what's going on, and it's creating a lot of choppy price action, which, the good news is I'm fixing a lot of patterns. So that's it for this Forex blog, and I released a new version today, 5.078, with about probably 80 to 110, somewhere in that range, fixes to old patterns and new patterns I've added. And when you bring up the software, it'll ask you to auto update. Click yes, and you'll have the new version.